Welcome to Disturbing Kreationz. And we're here today to teach you about a new skill. I'm going to be doing basic mechanic skills, intermediate mechanic skills, and even expert mechanic skills. Depending on your level, I've got a playlist for each. So today we are going to perform an oil change on this beautiful 2013 328i 2.0 turbo. Beautiful, and a brake bleed, but we'll do that class another day. Just wanted to show you the cars that we're working on. Beautiful. Get beams all day. If you got a beam, come see me. So today I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on a BMW. This one happens to be a 2.0 turbo. So my customer took this car about a month ago. She only put under 100 miles on it, and they said they changed her oil. And this does not happen in 100 miles. This oil is so black, it was so full that it spilled all over the place when I opened the cap. So what happened was the old place didn't take her old oil out, 6 quarts, and refilled it with 6 quarts. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a proper oil change and how to do things professionally and correctly. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jack the car up. I'm going to get underneath, under here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the oil, and I'm going to show you where the drain plug is underneath the car here, and then I'm going to show you the correct viscosity of oil and how to fill it with a filter. And we will fast forward when I start draining so you can see it up close and personal. We'll be right back. And now I'm going to show you where the drain plug is. So we come under here, under the car. We're having a great time. And it's right here. You see the window? It's a 17. I cracked it already. And it's got a little gasket on it. You see the gasket? Okay, make sure you don't go to this front window. It's this one back here. It's in here a little bit. So let's try to get the oil out so you can see how filthy it is. You know, I'm sure it's going to be black as black can be. Now remember, this car only has 90 miles on it. 90. And they said they changed the oil. Wow, look how dark that is. Look how black that is. That was changed 100 miles ago? Oil is supposed to last like, what, 5,000 or 7,000 miles with this synthetic? No way this oil was changed. This oil was not changed at all. So we're going to drain all this out. It's supposed to be 5 quarts. 5.3 quarts is what this 2.0 turbo takes in the BMW. We're going to add up all the quarts and see exactly how much is in here. So this is your drain plug. And it has this little washer on it right here. So this is a crush washer. This one was never even crushed. So I'm gonna use it again to put it back on. Usually if you can see marks in them, if they're crushed, you can tell that they've been used. And God, look how dirty this oil is. This has not been changed in a while. At least 7,000-8,000 miles. There's no way this was changed. And this is your drain plug. Never put this on with a gun, because if you have this on wrong, it'll never come out. You put this on with a gun and it'll just keep twisting and it might damage the oil pan as well. Always hand tight this and give it a little snug. Once we take the oil out, I'm going to show you how to do the filter, and then make sure to put this gasket back on here as well after you clean this nice. So we're going to continue to drain the oil and then put this back on, and we'll fast forward to putting in the oil and putting in the filter. All right, guys, see you in a minute. So when doing a proper oil change, especially on a turbo car, I like to get all the things that are supposed to be for the car. So because it's turbo, I like to get like a motor flush. I'm not promoting any of these brands. They don't sponsor me or anything, but I'd like to get some kind of motor flush because you have a lot of tubes that go to the turbo, small pieces, and this gets all the gunk out. So this says every oil change, but I don't do it every oil change unless it looks like it definitely needs it. It says to run this for 5 minutes and put it directly into your oil, and don't drive, just run it. So we're going to run it for 5 minutes. And then I got a STP extended life filter for the oil filter. We got the correct oil, European for German cars, OW40. Then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to add this additive. So this is a TurboTech ceramic. What this is going to do is this is going to coat the inside of the turbo and coat the inside of the lines and the motor. So you see all the things it does? The fins from warping, bearing damage, carbon buildup, and then it's going to put a protective coating so that your oil will slip a little better and help this motor. So I'm going the extra step for this customer because she was screwed over by another company, and my company does things correctly, so I want to make sure that she's taken care of. Just for this engine flush, I did the flush, it's empty now. And then when I come back, we're going to show you how to drain the oil. We're going to show you how to use one of these tools to take the cap off. This is the oil cap, your filter. We'll go right in here and we'll show you that in a second on a fast forward. And give me a few minutes to start draining this and jack it all up, and we'll flash forward right back to you. Fast forward here in a second, guys. Hold on. Okay, and I'm back. So I noticed that this cap says made in China. This is a knockoff. It was really hard to get on and get back off. I actually had to use a wrench to get it back on because it doesn't fit OEM. So don't buy this knockoff stuff for your customers. And if you're a customer, you want to buy this for yourself, that's fine. So we pull this up, right? The knockoff cap. And look at this filter. They said they just changed 100 miles ago. That is so disgusting, nasty. And here is the beautiful new one that I'm going to put in for the customer. See how nasty that oil is? So we're going to take some of this oil out with a rag, get as much of that out of there as I can for her. I want to look down in there with a flashlight to make sure no broken pieces were down in there from the other company. Then we're going to put the filter in here and then put the cap back on. I also want to show you that when you buy a nice filter like this STP extended life or K&N or one of those, it comes with this gasket kit, and you see the little copper. That's what we were just talking about, the crush washer. So I'm going to put the new crush washer on for her, even though her other one's still good. Throw that one out, you know, just in case. She's got a new one, so let's use it. I'm going to put the new small O-ring and large O-ring on this piece right here, and then we'll go from there. So here's the old, and this is the new. And this car was oil was supposedly changed 100 miles ago. There's no way possible. This is why mechanics get a bad name. So let's fast forward again and get this in. So here's the old gaskets from the Chinese part, and this small one really feels crusty, like this part is used, or someone already put this part on her car before she got the car. These gaskets don't even feel correct. They feel kind of like they've been hot and cold. So I wouldn't even trust this as a new part, but I put the OEM spec gaskets on here for the customer. I cleaned the oil case out. I did not find any pieces of metal down in the hole down there. You see how nice and clean it looks? That's what you're supposed to do for your customers. So we take the new gasket, or new oil filter, and you have to push it down in there. You see how it's like snug now? You can't just leave this on the top. You have to kind of pop it in and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. The other one was just flopping in there. Then we take the cap, we put it on here, and then you just screw this back in. And because it's a Chinese part, I'm gonna have to use a tool to get it in the rest of the way. You see the gasket is already starting to seal. Okay, and we're gonna fast forward and then show you where to put the oil in. Okay, cap's back on, everything looks great. Now you grab the oil fill, take that piece off, put the filter or the funnel in. But before you do this, double check down below and make sure you have that gasket and that plug back in, because if you dump this in, it's all going to drain all over the floor and then you lost it. So this oil, this black, you see how black this oil is? This is used oil. It has to be at least 7,000 miles on this oil. This is not new oil, because look at this. This is the proper oil for her car. Do you see the color change? You see the color? This is fresh, brand new oil going into her car. Fresh. Doesn't look anything like that other stuff over there. This is brand new. And it's made for European car formula. Protects for 10,000 miles, advanced synthetic. She has a German car, European. Get the right oil for the right job. BMW likes Mobil 1, so I got her the right job. The other company put 5W20 regular oil in her car, and that's probably why I was making that, it was probably messed up. So we're gonna fill it back up and see what happens. After you fill it back up, take this piece off, reinstall the cap, turn the car on, look underneath for any leaks underneath to make sure you didn't like leave anything loose, and then that's it. Take it for a test drive. If everything comes out great, then you're good. Old cars have a dipstick somewhere, like a thing you can pull out and measure it, but these new cars don't have a dipstick anywhere, so you have to actually use on the computer, on the onboard. So this is how you do the oil change on a BMW, and hopefully this solves the problem. Thank you for coming back to another basic mechanic class with Disturbing Kreationz. If you need any help with an oil change on your vehicle because it's different than this vehicle, leave me a comment down below and I'll definitely get right back to you, or hit us up on our Instagram for a faster response and you could DM me directly. So this is Disturbing Kreationz. We want to maybe get a like, subscribe, share all. We're doing classes now. I'm going to start doing tool classes. We're teaching basic mechanics. You can see the race cars I'm building. Pretty soon I'm going to start showing some welding and some other stuff. But thank you for coming. We appreciate you all. God bless. And we're out.